last but not least, we're going to have Nadia talking about her 3 things.
Thanks, Katie. So I guess for me, my journey, well, I'm quite a different stage to other founders. I'm just starting out on this journey, but I've worked in and with big companies, and I think whether you're starting a company or working within one, my first and most important learning by far is to really look after yourself. Because most of us are incredibly focused on the business, on the career, and all of our energy just pours into the building. And if you have a family too, then between the business and the kids, there's nothing left for you. And I've just seen so many people burn out. And if you burn out, then you're not going to be scaling anything. So you have to take really good care of yourself. And this is going to look really different to different people. But the tool that I would recommend is to carve out 10 minutes of every day just for yourself. And if you can do longer, that's amazing. But at the very least, I think you have to commit to making this time non-negotiable, because it's so easy to say, oh, you know what, something more important's come up. And so I try and have kind of a routine. So I find setting my alarm 10 minutes earlier and doing this in the morning is the way that works best for me. And in that 10 minutes, you just have to make sure it's time that is just for you, that's not related to the business, to the family. Maybe it's meditation, maybe it's watching some rubbish TV, maybe it's exercising, having a bath. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's just something that's going to be all about nourishing you. Um, and I think it seems soft and conceptual, but if we don't look after ourselves, then the businesses just aren't going anywhere. And this is actually what my whole thing, the U Effect, is about. So if any of you are interested in hearing more on that, just let me know. My second thing is really all about prioritizing. So I'm starting a company at the moment, and my to-do list is never ending. I mean, literally, it's just, I know you probably know the feeling. There's always something that you can be doing. And I personally find it really overwhelming. So I think it really helps to spend the time to work out what's really important for the business at the stage that you're in. So I suggest having quarterly meetings with your C-suite where you kind of take the time to think through and set your priorities for that quarter. And then every Monday morning, have a meeting or a call where you realign on what you need to prioritize. And that's kind of within the broader priority list, but it's just trying to give yourself much more focus. So I like to ask things like, what can I do this week to bring me closer to my goal? um, it really helps when I feel like I'm drowning in things, because there is always 100 things to do, just giving myself that focus. And I know lots of places have team meetings, but how much do we structure those meetings around our priorities as a business? For me, kind of that prioritization gives what I'm doing much more focus. And again, I think it helps a lot with staying away from that danger zone of burnout. Um, my third thing actually kind of touched a bit on what both Joe and Emma were saying. It's really about investing in a good team. You have to have good people around you. Invest your capital in a strong team. A business is only as good as the people in it. And actually, I was speaking to a big VC investor recently, and he said the biggest mistake by far that he sees in startups is that small businesses just don't spend enough money on getting the right people from day one. And I totally get it, because I'm in this boat. However much capital you have, money always feels short in startup life. It just does. And sometimes it feels that getting 5 quite good people on the team is better than getting one sort of super exceptional one. Or sometimes you don't hire for a role at all because you think, you know what, I can do that job until we generate enough revenue to hire somebody. But it's getting the right people that's going to help you to generate that revenue. Um, Hiring average people is only going to cost you more in the longer term. And if you're doing too much yourself, it's not sustainable, it's not scalable. So allocate budget and time to finding the best people you can. And once you have those great people, make sure you delegate to them. That's one that's always been tricky for me. Trust them to let go of control. And secondly, look after them. And again, this is, I really love what Emma was saying on this, because we think about paying people and bonuses, but to me, just as if not more important is thinking about your firm's values and your approach to well-being, pastoral care. If you have good people who you look after, then you're going to have a much better chance at scaling. So I've got kind of look after yourself, prioritize, and invest in a good team, and then look after them. So that's my 3 things, Katie.